name is Grace Hayek, and on behalf of the Glencoe Public Library, I welcome you to tonight's program on streaming options. This program was first presented by Rachel Murray, our presenter, last April, and tonight we will enjoy a fully updated and refreshed version of that program, and tonight it includes a new mini tutorial on exactly how to use our very popular Roku streaming media players. Glencoe cardholders may check out Roku's from our Library of Things. And now for a little background on Rachel. She works in the Adult Services Department doing readers reference and readers advisory, and she's great at it. She joined GPL after many years of working at libraries in Arlington Heights and Gurnee. And now, Rachel, I will let you take it from here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Grace. Well, welcome everyone. I'm really happy to have you all here tonight. I hope you find this presentation informative, and hopefully it'll answer some questions for you about what kind of streaming services are available out there, how you can utilize them, and what might be best for you. So I just want to let everybody know as we start this program that we are not specifically recommending any service that you should subscribe to. We are providing this information strictly so that it's informative and educational so that you can make the choice that's best for you. We do, however, recommend the services that you can use through the Glencoe Public Library. As Grace said, we do have Roku's available, and they have 8 different premium streaming services available on them. And we'll be talking about each of those services tonight. Also, we have some free services available to you that are available via app that you can actually watch movies or listen to music through. So we'll be talking about those as well. All right, so the first question that I want to go over with you is live TV or on demand. When it comes to streaming services, there are really 2 different types of streaming services. You have what's called an on-demand streaming service. That means you sign into the app or go to the website and you can select what you want to watch and you watch it on your own schedule. Live TV broadcasts or live TV apps are considered apps where you can access continuous programming. It's also called linear programming, and it allows you to be able to sit in front of the TV and it plays a regularly scheduled program. So it would be like tuning into NBC and watching the news and then watching whatever program comes on next and then watching the next program. That's linear TV or live TV. On demand means that you go and select what you want to watch when you want to watch it. And we'll be talking about different apps and which ones offer live TV versus on-demand TV tonight. So here's just a little quick graph I wanted to show you. This just shows trends of how people view things by category and by age. The key when looking at this is you can choose whatever format of viewing is best for you. If you currently have cable or satellite and you really like the fact that you can just sit down and look at the program guide and see what's going on, that's perfect. You should absolutely stick with that if it's what you really enjoy. But if you want to look into things like streaming services, you have the option to have both those on-demand services, and you can have that linear or broadcast TV service as well. So this graph just shows that when it comes to streaming services, cable services, or broadcast services, by age, most people that are younger are actually looking at using more streaming services. As people get older, though, they are looking more for that linear service, that live TV service. And a lot of that is just because that's what we grew up with. We were used to, you turn on a channel and you watch what's on that channel. So we do still tend to kind of drift that way more if you're 50 or older. So how do you know what's available out there? Say you're interested in streaming services or you already have subscribed to several and you just don't know what's available. It's not like with cable or satellite service where you sit down and you have a channel guide that you can go through. How do you find out what's playing now on those live TV services? How do you find out what's available on each streaming service? Well, there are several different services that you can look at that will actually show you what is playing now on a live TV streaming service and what is playing on different on-demand services. The first one I'm going to talk about is one that everybody's heard of before, actually. That's the TV Guide. Instead of being an in-print service now, TV Guide has a website. You are able to go to that website and you can type in your zip code and the service you subscribe to. So let's say you have a streaming service like Fubo TV. You can put in your zip code and what service you have, and it's going to show you everything that's available on that service, both the live services and things that are on demand. There's another service called Decider. Decider is actually a really interesting one because it gives a lot of evaluation of different streaming services and different shows and programs. So if you're ever wondering what to watch or you are looking for recommendations, Decider is a really great product to take a look at. And it's just available for free on the internet at decider.com. The last one I want to tell you about is called Just Watch. I really like Just Watch. They actually have some free streaming, on-demand streaming options available through Just Watch. But you can also type in which services you use. You can create a free account and it will track which services you subscribe to, and it will let you see everything that's available on those services. So it's a really great tool to go in and kind of compare what is playing on different services. So let's say you're deciding, should I get Paramount Plus with Showtime or should I get HBO Max? You can go into Just Watch and you can evaluate what is available on each of those apps, and it will tell you which one might be the better fit for you. So what happens if you have an older television? If you have an older television, you may want to consider getting an external streaming device. Now, TV manufacturers always load their product with an app library these days. That app library has things like Netflix, it'll have YouTube TV on it, it'll have HBO Max, it'll have Disney. But if you have a much older TV, like 7 years older or older, you will probably find that those lists in that library is not being updated anymore. So then it becomes necessary to get something like, or consider buying something like a streaming device. Now that would be a Roku or a Fire Stick. There's plenty of other options out there, but those are the two most popular. You can get one of these devices for around $25 to $30, and they connect to the back of your television. Now, if you check out one of our Rokus here at the library, you can actually try them out and see how they work before you even consider purchasing one. When you take an external device like a Fire Stick or a Roku, they attach to the HDMI input on the back of your TV. The HDMI input looks just like this right here. It is not a square. It's actually got a flat side and then a slightly rounded side. That is your HDMI input. Most televisions, even older ones, have one or two of these available. Most DVD and Blu-ray players also connect to your TV using these inputs, as would a cable box or a satellite box. So if you are using one of these external devices, the device has a plug-in, it needs power, so you're going to plug that into your plug. And then you're going to connect the HDMI cord. One end goes into the Fire Stick or Roku, the other end is going to go into your television. Then, just like if you're using your DVD player or your old VHS, you're going to change the input on your television using your remote. So once you change the input, you will be able to see what's available through that Roku or Fire Stick. So they're actually very easy to use. I understand they can be a little bit intimidating the first time you try to use one, but checking out one of the ones here from the library can actually be a really great way to try them out. You can use the services that we have on them, and you can see if it really helps you get attached to or have available the different services you're really interested in. So first thing that you want to do is you want to create a plan. It's a really great idea to have a plan for what you want and need before you just start subscribing to services. If you just start subscribing to services, you could run into a problem where you have overlapping services and you're paying for things that you don't need because you're getting them from another service. So you should really think about creating a plan. What do you watch and when do you watch it? Are you somebody that does like to turn on a station and watch everything that's on it, whether it's Bravo or Turner Classic Movies or any of those other stations. If you like to turn something on and let it play continuously, then you're going to probably want something like a live TV service to subscribe to. If you are somebody that knows what you want to watch, you sit down and you pick what you want to watch from a service and you play it when you have time, you are probably going to watch something like an on-demand service. And you can absolutely have a combination of both as well. So sit down and make a list. You want to have a list of must-haves, things that you always watch, and you want to make sure you can continue to watch those. Then create a list of entertainment you would like to add, different services, different channels, different programs. Find out what you really like, make that your wish list, and then sit down and figure out which services actually cover that and provide you the most options. I have a little sample budget here that just kind of shows that you could pick a few services, then you have your wish list services, and then you have things like equipment. That would be buying your Fire Stick or your Roku. It would also include things like buying a digital antenna. Now, because we live very close to the lake here in Glencoe, it's a really good idea that if you really like our local news stations, to go out and get an individual digital antenna. A digital antenna means that you can get free forever access to things like ABC, NBC, CBS, WGN, some of the other ones like TBN that you can find from those upper channels like 60 and I think there's another one on 85. You can get permanent free digital access to all of those stations with a digital antenna. Now they have whole house digital antennas. Those can be anywhere from like $300 to $400, or you can buy a little individual bookshelf antenna. Those you can get for $20 from just about anywhere. And they work really well. They're very easy to use. You connect them to your TV the same way you would connect a Roku. They just go into one of the HDMI connections. And then you have free forever access to those local stations. So it's just something to consider. If you really, really just like local TV, you wouldn't have to subscribe to anything. You could get a digital antenna and you'd have forever access to those digital stations. All right, so now let's talk about some of the free streaming services that the Glencoe Library has available for you. We have three services that are kind of our flagship streaming services that provide you music and movies. The first one is Hoopla. Hoopla is an on-demand digital movies, music, books, and audiobooks service. You can get an audiobook that you want to listen to, read a book straight from the app, but most importantly, you can actually get movies and music through Hoopla. They have a standard catalog that they do make different changes to. They add things to it or subtract things from it at different times. But you get to watch 10 things per month on Hoopla at least. There are different times where Hoopla will offer where you get bundles of things and it counts as one checkout. So you can get things like the entire Harry Potter series and be able to watch all of that through Hoopla. It's a really, really nice service. You are able to watch them very easily through the app. The app is available through pretty much any app store, whether you're using an Android or an Apple device or on most TVs. You would create an account. You're going to sign in with your library card number, and then you're going to create an email or username, and then you're going to be able to create a password so you can sign into the account. Now, if you have multiple people in your household, you actually get the ability to use each person's account. So let's say you have 4 people in your family. Each of those people get their own sign in to Hoopla, and you can actually set it up to only be kids things. If you have children in your home, it will only show them children's content, or you can go in and you can check things out under every profile, no matter what. It's up to you how you want to set it up. But Hoopla is a great service, particularly for movies. I do love it though for on-demand books and audiobooks, because if it's there, 200 people can check it out at the same time. You don't have to wait for it. There are no holds involved. If it's in Hoopla, you get to use it immediately. The next service that we have is Canopy. Canopy actually has a really nice, very artistic, very thorough catalog of documentaries, art films, very important materials that are actually really, really nice. They're available from around the world. And these films are things that are more engaging, I guess I would call them. They're a little more thought-provoking. It's less popular movies and more movies that make you think. Canopy is also on demand. You can watch anything that's in the Canopy catalog. You just sign in with your library card number and you are able to start watching things on Canopy. Again, that app is available from just about any place. You can get it from any app store. But Canopy is a wonderful, wonderful service. I know I watch movies on there all the time. I particularly like the documentaries that they have available through Canopy. Next, I want to tell you about Freegal Music. Freegal is a streaming service. It actually allows everybody here from the Glencoe Library to stream music. And it even lets you have one permanent free download per week. So that means you get a download every week that you can save to your device and it's yours. You get to keep it forever. You do not have to keep going back and getting it again. It's saved on your device. It is your song. So that's really wonderful because Freegal does have a ton of other things that you can stream on a regular basis. There's lots of different content channels. So whatever type of music you like, you are able to listen to it through Freegal, and it's all free with your library card. Now, if you don't have a Glencoe library card, totally understandable. People from different places like to tune into our program sometimes. Check with your home library. That's the library in the town that you live in. I can tell you that most libraries in our area have Hoopla, Canopy, and Freegal. If they don't have Freegal, they have another type of music service, but most of them definitely have Hoopla and Canopy. So it's really worth checking with your library. They may even have additional services that the Glencoe Library doesn't have. But they're all wonderful free services that you get with your library card. We also have other free services with your library card. We have Libby. Libby is the app that you would use with the Digital Library of Illinois. Digital Library of Illinois is a consortium of libraries that we belong to, and we buy ebooks and e-audiobooks together to give you the most access to those materials. These will be things like bestsellers, brand new releases, anything that happens to be out there. We generally get it through Libby. But you can check those out. You can place holds on items. Libby is not on demand. We do have to purchase each title individually. But once we do that, we have them available and you can check them out from any device that you can run an app on. So you can put Libby on there and be able to utilize it. We also have Freeding. Freeding is also another ebook and e-audiobook service. We have BiblioBoard. BiblioBoard lets you read books. It can be a lot of self-published things. We also have Comics Plus. Comics Plus allows you to read comic books. You can have children's level comic books, kind of like middle school and high school comic books, or even comic books that are more geared toward adults. It's a really neat service. I like going through it just to see what's new out there, but it's unlimited service through Comics Plus. So just keep in mind that we have all of these available. We want to make sure that if you want to go and see some of these other services, that you can actually get them on our website. You can see what's available at glencoelibrary.org/digital collection. If you go there, you'll be able to see everything that we have, the entire listing of all the different services, and it will also give you links to go and get those apps or get those services. Again, if you don't have a Glencoe library card, I strongly recommend that you contact your home library. They will be able to tell you what they have available, and it will be a very similar selection to what we have here. All righty. So now I want to talk to you about our Rokus. Now, I did tell you a little bit before about how you would go about and attach one of those to your device. And I want to walk you kind of through what we have available on our Rokus. Before I get there, I just want to tell you, I'm looking at the questions that are coming up in the chat. Yes, Comics Plus does include graphic novels. And somebody was asking what a digital antenna is. A digital antenna is a brand new antenna that was actually issued and started to be available when they switched from analog TV to digital TV. So if you have an old aerial antenna, that's not going to work. A digital antenna is specifically designed to receive those the digital signals that are coming from the broadcast networks. So it is something that you can go to Best Buy, you can get them from Amazon. It's specifically a digital antenna, and then you would attach it to your TV to be able to watch different shows. Okay, so let's talk about attaching one of Glencoe Public Library's Rokus to your TV. We have in our Library of Things 8 separate Rokus. We used to have 5 that had every service that we subscribed to on them, but we broke them up into individual services, and that allowed us to add some services for you to use. Each of these Rokus features a different premium on-demand ad-free service that you have unlimited access to for the 2-week checkout period that you have the Roku. On those, you are going to see that you have access to Apple TV Plus, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, Prime Video, Paramount Plus, plus Showtime, Peacock, Max, and BritBox. Each of these Rokus also has access to, we have a digital library of the movies that we buy for our physical collection here, our DVDs and Blu-rays. We save those on a service called Movies Anywhere. And each of our Rokus has access to our Movies Anywhere catalog. So when I say we're adding those to the Movies Anywhere catalog, when you buy a DVD or Blu-ray nowadays, you get a little coupon inside of it that also gives you a digital download for that movie. That means you'd be able to watch that movie from anywhere. It's a digital movie that can just be accessed as long as you have access to the file. We take those coupons and download them into our Movies Anywhere account, and we make them available to you. So any of the newer DVDs that we've gotten really in the last 3 to 4 years, a lot of those are going to be available on Movies Anywhere. So it's a really great service to check out, and it is available on each of our Rokus. So let's talk a little bit about what's on these services. Oh, I do want to give you a quick little update on what service bundles are. We're going to be talking about the prices of different services, different combinations of services tonight. A lot of these offer what they call a service bundle. That means that you are able to combine different services together, and you get a discounted rate when you subscribe to them. They can be a really great bargain. Sometimes you'll save a significant amount of money. So it's a really great thing to check out, but always, always, always check out the service's website and their terms of service before you subscribe to any product. Now we did send out to everybody. We have a little handout here. Mine's a little blurry at the moment because I have a blur on my camera, but it's called Discovering Streaming Services. It has the detailed information about bundles and other subscription programs for each of the services we're going to talk about tonight. It also includes a guide to some services we're not going to discuss tonight, including very specific things that are geared toward people who love comics, who love anime, who love different movies like international films from around the world. Those services are also included in this handout. So if you did not get a copy, you can come on into the library and get a copy at any time. I know that Grace is going to be putting a link to this handout in our chat tonight. And I'll be happy to go over any of these with you at any time, but it does have very detailed information about some of these service bundles. So if you're interested in that, you find that you want multiple services together, those bundles could really be a great idea for you. All right, so let's talk about the premium services that we have available on our Rokus. Now, each of these are available as its own subscription service, so you could subscribe to this on your own, but we have them available on our Rokus and we provide them to you at no cost. So one of the services we have had recently is Apple TV Plus. It's a fantastic app. There's really quite a bit on there. When they first came out, it kind of had a slow start, but they've really, really added some great programs to this app. So you can watch shows like Prime Target, Severance. I think everybody's heard somebody mention Severance at some point in the last couple of years. Silo, there's a new show called Slow Horses. That's actually a great one. That's an MI5 kind of a mystery show. And we also, whoops, I keep hitting forward. My apologies. It also has independent shows like Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, and Still. Now, Apple TV Plus is $13 per month or $100 per year. And each account allows you to have up to 6 users. That means 6 different devices within your house can use it. Most of these services are definitely cracking down on account sharing, though. So Apple TV Plus still lets you use this account at multiple households, but I would suspect that they're probably going to change that at some point. Most services are. Netflix in particular has really cracked down on being able to watch things from different households. But for now, you can, for $13 a month, you get access for up to 6 users. It's all commercial free. And if you were to check the Glencoe Roku that has Apple TV Plus on it out from the library, you would save up to $100 a year because you would be saving that amount of money. So if any of those shows sound interesting to you and you're ready to watch them, you could come in, check out the Apple TV Plus Roku, take it home and watch those shows. Now, the next service we have is called Hulu. Now, Hulu has a lot of what we call traditional network TV shows on it. So it's things that originally appeared on Fox or NBC, ABC, CBS. So it's shows like Family Guy, The Bear, Grey's Anatomy. There's original shows available on there too, like The Handmaid's Tale or Only Murders in the Building. Both of those are very popular. They are very interesting shows to watch, and they are exclusively on Hulu. Now, their plans start at $10 a month, up to $100 per year for that initial product, going up to $19 per month or $228 per year. That $10 a month is going to be with ads. The $19 a month will be completely without ads. Now, if you don't mind commercials, absolutely, that $10 per month with ads is probably a good bargain for you. But if you hate ads, you're definitely going to want to probably splurge for that $19 a month. Now, you can get one of our Rokus with Hulu on it for free. It's the completely ad-free version of Hulu, and you can watch all of those shows completely free. I usually recommend it when somebody is considering checking out a Roku, decide what shows you're interested in. Decide if you want to watch all of The Bear. By all means, you're going to want to go ahead and get that Hulu Roku, and you're going to want to binge that while you've got it. You can also check these out as many times as you want. Obviously, if they have a hold on them, you'll have to return them temporarily, but you can continually check them out. There is no limit on how often you can check these out. All right, so the next service we've got, sorry, I hit my little menu there. The next service we have is Disney Plus. Disney Plus is the exclusive place that you can watch Disney content. So any new Disney movies or programs that come out are only going to be available on Disney Plus. Now, in addition to Disney content, that includes all Pixar content, all of the Star Wars movies and any associated Star Wars shows. So things like The Mandalorian. It's also going to include all Marvel content. So any Marvel content that comes out, it is exclusively going to be on Disney Plus. So it also includes a catalog of classics like Cinderella, the original Star Wars, The Incredibles. You can watch all of these. It's unlimited content on Disney Plus. Their plans with commercials, again, start at $10 per month, and the non-commercial version is $16 a month. The Roku that we have here at the library is completely ad-free. If you were to watch all of the programs you want to see on Disney Plus with one of our Rokus, it could save you up to $160 per year. So it's a great idea if you're not sure if you like any of these services to check out the Roku that we have with that service on it and take a look and see if it's something worth it to you to subscribe on your own, or if you just want to check out our Rokus and watch the programming there. Now, I did see it. Whoops, let's go back. I went too far forward. There we go. I did see a question pop up in the chat. That's what I wanted to take a quick look at. The Rokus from the library check out for 2 weeks. Now, if there is no hold on it, if nobody else is waiting for that Roku, you can renew it twice. So it's a great thing that if you want to watch something, absolutely you get it completely for those 2 weeks. Nobody else can come and ask you for it during that time frame. And again, you might even get it for longer, just depends on how popular they are at that time. The next service I want to talk about is Netflix. Netflix is still kind of the grande dame of streaming services. It's one of the original streaming services. They started out as where they would send out DVDs to people and you would get them in the mail and then send them back. And then they switched entirely to streaming. Now, Netflix has a gigantic catalog of shows. They have quite a bit of material there. They have things like their own independent, self-created shows that are actually really great productions. And that's things like Stranger Things, Bridgerton's been wildly popular, 666 and Leave the World Behind. Those are all films or series that have been super popular and they are independent productions of Netflix. They also have access to a catalog of movies. So you're going to see other films from other production companies showing up on Netflix. Now, I will give you a little bit of a warning. Netflix is having fewer of those movies that are available from other services, or they have them for a shorter period of time. Each of these streaming services will have a contract with different providers to allow them to have first-run movies. That's kind of been Netflix's bread and butter for the last 15 years. Now, though, because there are so many independent services, a lot of those films and shows are only being issued by that specific service or app. So keep in mind, Netflix does still have a huge amount of programming on it. They even have games that you can use for free on Netflix, but it is kind of a little bit less than it used to be. Now, it is still pretty much a bargain if you get the ad-supported version. That's going to be $8 a month. And that's, again, it's limited ad services. So you have ads, but you also do have some limits on what you can watch. There will be some premium shows you will not be able to see with the ad-supported version of Netflix. For the service that goes up to $25 a month, that's going to be the high definition, premium sound, multiple users, and that's going to be completely ad-free. We have the completely ad-free version that is high definition. So if you were to check out our Roku here at the library, you'd be able to check that out and save yourself up to $216 per year by using our Roku instead of subscribing yourself. All right, next is Prime Video. Now, Prime Video is a little bit of a different animal, so to speak. Because Prime is an overall service and Prime Video is included with that, it can kind of sound a little bit more expensive than some of the other services. Prime, Amazon Prime, gives you free shipping, free 2-day shipping. It also gives you access to some music and some books for free, and it gives you access to Prime Video. Now, it doesn't give you every single movie that they have for sale on Amazon Prime, but it does give you access to a very large catalog of material. So you'll be able to watch things on Prime, like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, there's Reacher, which has been super popular, Jack Ryan, and The Boys. That's a comic book movie or TV show that's it's been very popular, particularly with younger people. It also includes exclusive movies that aren't going to be available on any other service, and that includes things like Twisters, Saltburn, and The Big Sick. Now, video plans can be purchased without the shopping plan. The actual annual or monthly Prime service has gone up a little bit lately, but it's still pretty much a bargain. The video-only plans, though, start at $9 per month and go up to $12 per month for the completely ad-free version. Full Prime access starts at $15 per month, and that would be for the shipping, the videos, everything. And that goes up to $18 per month. That $18 includes the new fee that Prime requires if you want ad-free content. But you can save up to $144 per year by utilizing Prime Video on one of our Rokus instead of subscribing to it yourself. There's another service we're going to talk about in a little bit that is kind of competing with Prime now, and I'll let you know what that is in just a minute. The next service that's available on our Rokus is Max. Now, this is HBO Max. They did change their name and their app to just be Max, but a lot of people still associate it with being HBO. So I wanted to make sure you knew that that was what this service was. Max has a really huge revolving catalog of movies. So just like the traditional cable channel for HBO, you would have whatever movies are currently showing on HBO, plus you also get access to what they are showing from their own series. Now, the great thing with Max is any program that has ever been produced specifically for HBO or Max is available in its entirety on the Max app. So not just the movies that they're currently showing on their cable channel, but you also get the entire catalog of things like Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, Succession, The Sopranos, Chernobyl. All of those are completely available on the Max app. Now that starts at $10 per month, and that will have some ads in it. It goes up to $21 per month, and that's going to be ad free. But it can save you up to roughly about $204 per year. That's subtracting a little bit. There's an extra fee on that annual ad-free one that you would be paying for yourself. But I just wanted you to know it would save you about $204 per year if you were to check out our Max Roku and watch the programs that you're interested in there. So it's a great service. I actually really always enjoy everything that's on Max, and I do recommend it to people simply because they do have such a robust self-published catalog of programs to watch. Alrighty, Peacock is next, and Peacock is fairly new, and this is NBC's streaming service. So when they first rolled it out, Peacock was actually free. Once they kind of gauged interest, they realized that people really liked the back catalog of NBC programs, so they started offering it as a subscription service. So you can watch all NBC and Bravo content, and that includes shows like Friends or Seinfeld, Dateline, Real Housewives, Suits. You can also watch Peacock exclusive movies that they have subscribed to, and that is things like Wicked and Nosferatu. Those were kind of independently produced movies, but they have gotten the exclusive rights to show them on Peacock. So Peacock plans are $11 per month, and that's going to have ads. It's going to be $17 per month ad-free. Now, there are select live shows that you can watch on Peacock. Those are going to have ads, even if you have the ad-free version, because you're actually watching a broadcast, and those are going to have ads in them. So just keep that in mind. But you can save yourself up to $204 per year by using one of our Peacock Rokus and watching your programs from Peacock there. Alrighty, next we have Paramount Plus with Showtime. Showtime is no longer available as its own only app service. It is now always paired together with Paramount Plus. Part of that is because Showtime shows a lot of Paramount films. They have a contract with each other. So you can't get a Showtime app independently anymore, but you can watch it along with the Paramount Plus app. Now, both the Showtime app and the Max app that we were just talking about, if you have a cable package and you subscribe to those channels via the cable package, you get access to the app for both of those. And in this case, it would be the Showtime with Paramount Plus app. So if you are already a subscriber through your cable provider or your satellite provider, or if you're getting it through another streaming service, you get automatic access because you already subscribe to that. But Paramount Plus and Showtime let you watch all of their back catalog of programs. That's going to be things from CBS, MTV, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, and it will also include programs that are super popular like 1923. That's the Yellowstone prequel. You can watch The Daily Show from its inception, all of the Boomerang cartoons. It's a really fun app to have. And it will include all movies that are currently being shown on Showtime. And it also includes all of Showtime's back catalog. So if you like shows like Yellow Jackets, you will be able to watch all of Yellow Jackets through Showtime and the Paramount Plus app. Now, those plans start at $8 per month with ads. They go up to about $13 per month ad-free. Now, there are a few different bundles available with Paramount Plus. Some of the other services have a lot more bundles, but if you take a look at your handout that we sent you, you will see all of those different options that you have. And I have outlined all of the prices for those too. It can be very complicated. That's why I wanted to kind of put it in a handout that you could keep, because it can be a little difficult to negotiate. But all of these have different perks to them, so just be mindful of that. Okay, the next service we have on our Rokus is BritBox. Now, if you like British television or British movies, this is going to be for you. That's going to be series like Father Brown, Vera, Poirot, Gavin and Stacey. You can also watch famous and popular British films like Monty Python and the Holy Grail. There's different documentaries like Diana, the interview that shocked the world. BritBox plans, if you were to subscribe yourselves, are $11 per month or $110 per year, and those are ad-free. So if you were to use our Roku, it would actually save you up to $108 per year. You get just a little bit of a discount if you get that yearly one. That's why we have 108 down here. So just keep in mind, some of these do offer those annual discounts, and they can be a big deal. So if you know you really like a service, you've tried out our Roku, and you really, really enjoy it, absolutely, you should consider getting that annual subscription because it will save you some money. Also, some of these services will sometimes offer free trials. They may also offer different bargains at different times where your first few months are a different price at a reduced cost. So just keep that in mind. They will offer different little perks from here and there. Now, I was telling you earlier about Movies Anywhere. Now, this is a really great service where we can store the movies that we buy physically, where we get those little digital downloads. We can store these on our Movies Anywhere service. So if you check out any of our Rokus, it also has access to the Movies Anywhere app. So just be mindful, if you check out any of our other Rokus, you can also get Movies Anywhere on that as well, and you'll be able to see a large portion of our collection. Now, there's a few other streaming services out there that we don't currently subscribe to, but they are certainly available for you. MGM Plus is fairly new. They just really kind of came onto the scene about a year and a half ago. But they have content like A Fish Called Wanda, Breakdown, Gladiator, Gladiator 2. Anything that was produced by MGM is going to be available on the MGM Plus app. All of their plans are ad-free. It's $7 per month or $62 per year. It's really kind of a bargain when it comes to some of the streaming services because it is all ad-free, starting at just $7. It can really be a really great bargain for you. I like MGM Plus simply because it's not that expensive and you get a lot of content. Next, I want to tell you about Walmart Plus. Walmart Plus is trying to challenge Amazon. As I told you earlier, there's a new competitor out there for Amazon Prime, and that really is Walmart Plus. Walmart has offered this service where, again, for a subscription, you get free shipping, you get free grocery delivery, which is kind of nice. You also get access to a large catalog of movies through Paramount Plus and Peacock. Now, it's really kind of a neat service that they're rolling out. Currently, it's just Paramount Plus that they're offering, but they have announced that they're going to be offering Peacock as an alternative choice. Now, the good thing is that every 90 days, you can switch between those services at no extra charge. So if you're subscribing to Walmart Plus, and currently this month you have Paramount Plus, in a couple months, you can switch to Peacock and watch everything that's on Peacock. If you're tired of Peacock, then 3 months later, you switch and go back to Paramount Plus. So it's kind of a nice thing to be able to switch back and forth between those two premium services. It's about $13 per month to use the Walmart Plus service, but that does include your subscription there to Paramount Plus or Peacock, free shipping, free grocery delivery, and all the other perks that they have through Walmart Plus. So if you're somebody that enjoys being able to have things shipped to your house, it might be something worth checking out for you. I just subscribed to it because I wanted to see how it works, and so far I've been pretty happy with it. They do have nice grocery delivery, which is a good thing to have sometimes when you're busy. But it's definitely something I just kind of wanted to see how it's operating, and it's been fairly reliable so far. So let's talk a little bit about live TV streaming services. Live TV streaming services allow you to watch those continuous broadcasts, or what I was calling linear broadcasts before. That means you're going to be able to watch a standard broadcast or cable channel that has a set schedule using one of these apps. These services give you both access to those on-demand movies and shows, but you will also get those live broadcasts that are currently showing whatever's on the Disney Channel, not Disney Plus, but the Disney Channel, Bravo, Discovery, ESPN, all of those. So the first service I want to tell you about is Sling. And Sling actually has a couple of different options for their subscription. They have what they call their blue and their orange package. If you subscribe to the blue package, you get a different selection of channels than you do if you subscribe to their orange package. But you also have the option to subscribe to both of those together as a single service, and you'll get all of those channels then. And as I said, that will be broadcast stations, but you will also get on demand as well. So you kind of get a nice selection between the two. This is considered something like a cable replacement service. Most of these live TV streaming services are. They allow you to kind of replace what you're watching on cable and still get all of the same programming. So Sling is one of those packages. There's also Hulu plus Live TV. Now, this is not the regular Hulu app that just has on-demand shows. This is Hulu, that collection of information, that on-demand streaming from Hulu, plus live TV. So it is more expensive than just getting regular Hulu, but it does also include those live broadcast channels. There's a really large collection of content on it. They have a very large selection of channels. All of the pricing is broken down for you in your handout, and I have updated all of this pricing as of yesterday. So I double checked everything before I put it out onto the slides and into the handout. So it is going to be the prices that are in there were current as of yesterday afternoon. So you definitely take a look at Hulu plus Live TV. It's going to be a really nice cable replacement option. Next, we have Fubo TV. And I just went forward again. Sorry, I'm trying to move my little screen here so I'm not looking at myself. Okay, so next is Fubo TV. Fubo TV gives a lot of those live broadcast stations, but they really focus on sports. If you have somebody in your house who's a sports nut, I have one in my house, this is what we subscribe to, because my husband really wants to make sure he has all of those sports channels, all of the golf channels, all of the baseball channels. Those are available through Fubo. They do have different subscription levels that will offer additional channels through each of them, but you can get over 218 total channels on their basic package alone. I think if you go through their their highest level package, it's something like 400 plus channels. So they definitely have a wide range of sporting options available. Plus, they're going to have a lot of those other traditional cable channels, things like Bravo, Discovery, and so on. Next is YouTube TV. Now, YouTube TV is not the regular YouTube app, and it's not YouTube Premium. So this can kind of throw people sometimes, but the regular YouTube app is a free app that you can get pretty much on any device or computer. You'd be able to go to the youtube.com website and you can see free videos that people have posted. Now, YouTube Premium means that you can use that regular YouTube app, but you're not going to see additional ads on it. YouTube TV is actually a whole different animal. It is live TV streaming plus some on-demand services available through a separate app. Now, if you subscribe to YouTube TV, I think you also can add in YouTube Premium for the regular YouTube app at a discount. but you'll be able to watch live broadcasts from a ton of different stations. You can also get the Big Ten network through them. So if you're somebody that loves Big Ten sports, YouTube TV would definitely be for you. You also get a lot of users with the YouTube TV app. Most of these live TV apps have like maybe 3 simultaneous users. Fubo lets you have 10 simultaneous users in the same household, but as soon as you're outside of the household, only one person can watch at a time. So YouTube TV actually gives you 6 individual logins. So you can have 6 people in the same family using the same service, even if they don't live in the same house. So that's actually kind of a nice plus. So if you've got family members, maybe parents or children that are living away from you, but you want to share services with them, YouTube TV is actually a really great bargain for that. Next is Philo. Philo is a bit of a newcomer to the live TV services. It offers the fewest stations. However, it's also the least expensive. Philo, I believe it right now is $25 or $26 per month, and you get tons of live TV. You just are not going to get your local stations. So you're not going to get NBC, ABC, CBS, WGN through Philo, but if you purchase a digital antenna, you don't need those stations anyway. You'll be able to watch them for free with your digital antenna. So adding a service like Philo is actually a really, really great bargain. You'll be able to get a lot of those traditional cable channels that you might really like on your current cable package, but you'll be able to watch them for a lot less on Philo. So there's one other service I wanted to tell you about, and I'm doing this just to make sure that you know that it's out there. I actually find this is what they call cable TV without the cable. It's what they call a cable streaming service. Instead of having a cable box, you would actually use your internet connection to subscribe to and watch content from your cable provider. It would allow you to get rid of your cable box and you'd just be able to watch things from like DirecTV Stream. You'd be able to watch them through your internet connection. Now, I can tell you these are very convoluted. I took a picture of their screen right here just so you could see kind of what they have available. You really have to read the fine print on these because they will start out saying that it's like $49 per month, and then there's a bunch of slashes through the prices. But it really turns out where it's $90 per month. The first 2 months are just at a discounted rate. So just be mindful of that. They do offer a ton of content. So if you are somebody that really enjoys cable and you're really attached to it, it might be something to consider because you can get a lot of the same content for a lot less. Personally, again, I find it a little convoluted. It changes all the time. What they're offering changes all the time. So if you're somebody that doesn't mind staying on top of that and really reading the fine print, you could find that this is a bargain for you. But this in particular is DirecTV Stream. They actually offer all of these different station packages. You can kind of compare here and see what's available. You'd be able to get some additional entertainment channels as you move through each of the different levels of subscription. All right, so just a couple of reminders here. Remember, with your Glencoe Public Library card, you get access to our free streaming services. That's Hoopla, Canopy, Freegal. You also have access to our Rokus. So all of the different services we were just discussing, you can actually get some real experience with utilizing them. You can also try out to see if you even like using a Roku device. You can check it out, take it home, see if it's something you're comfortable using. But definitely consider trying out these services before you consider purchasing them. Or don't purchase them at all. Just watch the shows that you want to watch on each of those services using our Rokus. They're definitely a great service, and I think you'll enjoy using them. So your next step is going to be deciding which services work best for you. I included this little sample sheet in your handout, but it kind of shows you how you can sit down and figure out what do you really need and what do you really want. You can go and use things like that Just Watch app or the TV Guide app to see which services have the services you want to use, the shows you want to use. You can do that and then come back to the sheet and start deciding what you actually want to subscribe to. Again, you'll have your must-have services over here. You're going to have your wish list services here, and then different equipment that you might want to purchase here. And then you can decide what the overall total is and whether or not it's worth it for you. Again, you can subscribe to all the services that fulfill your needs. And don't feel like you can't still use cable or you can't use satellite if you're really wed to those programs. That's fine. But also keep in mind that most of the time, cable and satellite require you to have a year-to-year contract. Whereas streaming services, you can cancel at any time. So let's say you subscribe to Peacock, you watch it for a month, and you don't really like it that much. You can cancel it. You can cancel it and say, I just don't want it anymore. Now, if you go with the discounted annual plan, you're stuck with it for the year, but you're still getting it at a discounted rate. But the nicest thing about streaming services is you can subscribe to one month and then to subscribe to a different one the next month. So in the winter, if you know you're really going to be watching a lot of TV, you can subscribe to a bunch of channels during that time or a bunch of services through that time. In the summer, if you know you're not going to be inside watching TV, cancel all of them. A lot of these services will just let you suspend your account for a while too, because they want to bank on you coming back. So just keep in mind, kind of take some time to manage what you're watching. It will actually end up saving you a lot of money in the long run because you can determine which services are essential to you. Alrighty, so I want to say thank you very much for your attention. I know I've thrown a lot of information at you tonight. I do want to highly recommend that you take a look at the handout we sent you. There is a significant amount of detailed information in the handout, so please go back and take a look at it. It's going to talk about a lot of those bundles and other services. Plus, there'll be the services we didn't talk about tonight, which are the kind of specialty services like Crunchyroll, which is a anime service you can subscribe to, or Curiosity TV, which is an educational channel. There's even stations that let you subscribe to Broadway plays and musicals, so you can watch whatever's on Broadway right now from home. So all of those services will be available in your handout. But I want to go ahead and open it up to questions now. I'm sure there are some out there. So Grace, if you have some questions you want to bring up. There might have been some at the beginning that I missed because I was kind of going through
No,
it.
you got them all.
Okay. Okay,
Although,
great.
although that person who asked about the digital antenna, I think
Mhm.
they want to know, like, what is it? Is it like a little piece of
Oh, okay.
plastic, or I mean, like, what is it?
Absolutely, absolutely. That I can show you. So let's do this.
Oh,
I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to go and show you what one of those looks like. So give me 1 second. I'm going to find one. Okay, so I just went and I just Googled a digital antenna. There's lots of different places you can buy these, but this is what they would call like more of a premium indoor antenna. It's a long range antenna. Here in Glencoe, you're not going to need a long range antenna. The reason is because we're close to the lake. Those digital signals from Chicago, from all of those network stations, you're not going to need a strong antenna to get those. Those signals travel much more quickly over the lake. And just based on geography, you will probably get a lot of channels with just a very simple antenna. Now, this is a long range one, so it's more expensive, but this is kind of what they look like. They're just kind of a little box that sits next to your TV or on your bookshelf. We call this a bookshelf style antenna. It literally can be hung on your wall. So this picture kind of shows you what it can look like. You can put it on your wall because it kind of, the higher it is, like any antenna, it kind of gets a better signal. But that's really what they look like. There are also different models of digital antennas. They have some that you actually put through your wall and into your attic that kind of unfurl so that they can get as much of a signal as possible. Again, that would probably be overkill in this area simply because we do live close to the lake. You're going to get a stronger signal most of the time. The further away from the lake and the more geography is between you and those downtown stations, you'll need a stronger antenna for that.
interesting. Thank you. We do
So,
have two more questions in the chat.
sure.
One from someone who wants to know a little more about Movies Anywhere. She wants to know, is that only available for people who are using the library Roku?
Yes, we only have that available through the library Rokus. That's because there's a whole password involved with it. If we were to give out the password to everybody, unfortunately, people could delete movies, and we don't want that to happen. So yes, they are only available on our Rokus.
Okay, thank you. And finally, someone wants to know if there is a streaming service for French films and TV or foreign films.
Canopy offers a lot of foreign films. I would definitely take a look there. I don't know how many films in French they have, but I do know that they offer French films and foreign films. I do believe, let me take a quick look at my little handout here. There's the Criterion channel. The Criterion channel is really high quality films, and it's going to focus a lot on foreign films. So if you are somebody that enjoys foreign films, the Criterion channel might be a good idea for you. Just to give you a little bit of information about it, they do offer a free 7-day trial. So if you don't know if it has what you want to watch on it, you can actually subscribe and get a free 7-day trial. If you don't like it, you can cancel that before they start charging you. But they have an ad-free plan that's $11 per month. It's unlimited views of all of the movies that they have, and you get 3 simultaneous streams. So it would definitely be one that I would say that might be the closest thing that you're going to find a lot of that. Now, I'm sure there's probably some other specialty streaming services out there. I haven't encountered them as being like a popular service necessarily, but I'm sure there's probably a way to do that. Now, I can tell you that I'm going to go into a little bit of computer jargon here for a second. You can get something called a VPN. A VPN is a virtual private network. If you subscribe to something like Norton or LifeLock, they offer a VPN as a part of that service. And what a VPN does is it allows you to change where you're accessing the internet from. So if you wanted to watch French films from France on Netflix, you could change your VPN location to France, and then you'd be able to watch anything that's on any of these services that are coming from France. So each of these services kind of tailor geographically what you're able to see. We see different things on Netflix here in the US than somebody in France or the UK or in Germany would see. So if you have a VPN, you can actually change where you're watching from, and it's going to give you access through your existing subscription to things that are going to be in French. So if you're interested in trying that out, if you have any of the, like a lot of the computer monitoring services, like ones that monitor your computers and your devices for, different hacking attempts, different viruses, a lot of them have a VPN as kind of an added perk. It's literally just on the software you already have installed for that monitoring service. It's just a little switch that you turn on, and then it gives you a map and you can pick where you want to access the internet from. So it is a way that you could absolutely go in and with the services you already have, see what they have that's available for French films. You'll probably find a lot of content that way. I do know Netflix does offer some things in foreign languages. They will offer different films from different places, but they really don't have a huge catalog here in this country. I definitely would recommend checking out the Criterion channel, though. It sounds like that's probably going to be more up your alley for what you want to stream. And for sure, check out Canopy. You're going to find a lot of art films, foreign films available through Canopy.
Thank you, Rachel. And
Sure.
I'd like to emphasize that if you feel the need for personalized consulting about this kind of thing, you are welcome to, if you are a Glencoe resident, you are welcome to do what we call book a librarian. That is an appointment that you'll make, and you will have a smart person who can help you through stuff at your disposal for a whole hour. That's a service that we offer. And if you're interested, just talk to the reference desk. Thanks very much, Rachel. Terrific program as always. And
Thank
hope to
you.
see some of you at the databases program on September 23rd. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.